Hey guys, we're going to go ahead and show you guys the H&K MP7. It's a pretty nifty little gun, somewhat of a unicorn in the United States. They're hard to come by. You don't see them very often. At Battlefield Vegas, we have 4 of them on site, so if you want to shoot them or you have a group of people want to shoot them, we got enough to handle it. This is a pretty cool little gun. It shoots the 4.6 millimeter round. Main purpose of that round is light armor penetration. It's capable of penetrating 20 layers of Kevlar at 200 meters, which is pretty substantial. It's a fast little gun too. It shoots at about 950 rounds a minute, so this thing's quick. We're going to go over the breakdown of this gun, show you the internals of it. Nothing too complicated, but just get you a look at this rare beast we got here. First thing, just like any weapon you want to do, is you want to clear it. There's a charging handle on the rear part of it, just similar to an M4. And an ambidextrous slide lock right up front. You're going to lift up on that lever to lock the bolt to the rear. So we're going to go ahead and cock the bolt to the rear, locking it just like that. Visually and somewhat physically, because it's such a small round, try to feel into the chamber. But after that, you're going to go ahead and drop the bolt back forward, just like that. There's 2 pins located in the rear, pushing them out from right to left, starting with the top and then the bottom. They come out really easily. Set those pins off to the side. And then all at once, you're going to pull the buttstock out and the bolt is going to come out with it. It's all attached. So with a good tug, just like that, setting the receiver off to the side. This right here is actually the buttstock charging handle, and it actually attaches the bolt carrier. So to remove the bolt carrier from the buttstock and charging handle, you need to put it vertical, just like this, and push down on the bolt carrier, lifting up on the charging handle, and then pulling the bolt carrier off to the side. Once you have your carrier removed, it's a rotating bolt just like the AR. It fires from the closed bolt position. Just like the AR, to remove the bolt from the carrier, there's a firing pin, retaining pin, and it actually holds it in. From left to right, it's kind of stiff on some models, but you're going to push that pin out, just right here. And then the firing pin, unlike the AR, actually has a firing pin spring on it, and it's retained by this guy right here. It's just a little lever that holds it in. You're going to turn it or push it to the side, and it'll actually expose a little recessed cutout area in the firing pin, and you can go ahead and grab a hold of it, pull it out. Just like the AR, there is a cam pin inside of it. They're kind of hard to get to. Everything in this gun is a lot smaller than your standard AR bolt carrier. Cam pin comes out just like that. Bolt comes out, and then inside of there is the firing pin spring. You can remove it if you want. Keep it in there so it doesn't get lost. Everything else is almost identical. Extractor, ejector, all of it. It's just miniature. All right, so after you get the bolt taken apart, the next part that needs service every once in a while is the piston. In the receiver in the front end, and this requires tools to take apart. This isn't something you can just do in the field. There is an end cap on the end of this gun. First thing you want to do is take a punch. There's a little lever right in front of the foregrip. You're going to push down on that lever and pop out this little end cap that exposes the piston and the front of the barrel. You're going to get an Allen head key, and you're going to, in the front of it, I don't know how well you can see it, but in the front of it, there's an Allen key set screw. They're pretty stiff, especially out of the factory, but you're going to go ahead and counterclockwise pull it out, and then behind that, there's a little cutout in the side of the receiver right here. You're going to use a punch or a pick or something. You're going to push the piston forward because, like I said, it's going to be in there pretty good. It's held in by gas rings. Push that piston out. It'll fall out, and then just use your standard stainless steel brush, clean it off, make sure that your piston rings are intact, don't mess them up too bad. And then that is the majority of this gun. It doesn't actually get very dirty. There's not a whole lot of propellant in this round to burn off and create a lot of carbon buildup. We've put, just recently, we sent these guns out to Maryland. We did a demo with a Maryland SWAT team. They put about 3,000 rounds to it in just over a 12-hour period. So these guns got ran through the ringer, and they performed fairly well. There's a couple little things about them that the police there didn't like. One of them being the charging handle located in the rear. It's kind of flimsy. It's made of plastic. the main complaint of it is through the higher round counts, about 1,500 rounds or so, this charging handle, and I don't know if it was due to being warm or what, it was also raining at the time, but this charging handle under repeated firing full auto, this charging handle would start reciprocating with the bolt, hitting the shooter in the nose every time he would fire. That was one of the main complaints of this gun. Cleanliness was good, reliability was great with this gun, and knockdown power, I guess, stopping power if you'd call it, with this round was in question. But we're going to go over the round comparison size just so you guys at home can get an idea of how little of a round this thing is. Right here in front of me I have a 5.56 round, your standard 55 grain. Right here is a 5.7 round, which is actually what this weapon was competing with at the time during design. The next one is the 4.6, just the little guy. And then I got your standard 9mm, just to show you grain weight size. It's night and day. Right here is the rounds. It's a pretty big difference. The reason that they went with this round is so that they could keep the magazine internally stored in the grip rather than having one, in the breech area. It keeps this gun really compact, small, lightweight. But other than that, I mean, I'm an HK guy, and I gotta say, I really like this gun, aside from the insane rate of fire that this thing has. We're gonna go ahead and get you over to Livio. We're gonna show you this thing on the range, and